Let's get the video going. All right. Excellent. Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
We, the unwilling, led by the unknowing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We have done so much for so long with so little. We are now qualified to do anything with nothing.
That made Jesse Ventura feel pretty good.
The Morning Stream. Get your bleeping tentacle out of my face.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Morning Stream for Monday, October 28th, 2024. I'm Scott Johnson, and that's Brian Ibbett.
Happy brand new week, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Tickling the Halloween. Just a little bit of right
well,
over
that's why I'm
there.
wearing the shirt here. I've got the this is my Dia de los Muertos.
Ooh, I like it.
Shirt with all the dancing skeletons, and it's a party. It's a skeleton party going on my shirt. And you're like, well, Brian, why aren't you wearing it later this week? Because today it's going to be over 70 today here in Denver. The rest of the week, not so much. A little colder.
I'm jealous.
Cold weather finally coming.
I'm jealous because I think our temperatures are now officially down for good. We're like,
Are they? Yeah,
we're in the 50s today, I think, max. It's still not bad, right? But it's like 32 overnight. And I think we're done. I think the warmish October has left us, and we'll soon leave you. And then now it's,
soon leave us. Yeah, today it leaves us. We get it today, and then it's right off to the east or wherever it's going. I don't know where it's going.
Can't wait to brace for snow.
I'm kind of fine with that. Wednesday we're supposed to get some potential weather in here. We might actually get snow, but definitely getting rain, potentially snow, and I'm on board. I'm good with that.
You're all right with it? You're cool?
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't complain. I would just go, all right, here we go. Lock it in for a couple of months. This is what we get, and that's fine.
Make some chili.
Yeah.
Crush us some crackers and put them in there, and a couple twinks of Tabasco sauce on it, and boom, Bob's your uncle.
I never thought of a sound effect.
Cholula, actually.
Cholula's better, yeah. I never thought of a sound effect coming out of that bottle, but I do now. So thank you for that.
Doink, 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 doink. I have to do it very carefully so it doesn't look like I'm performing a sex act.
Yeah.
Doink, doink.
You have to go the other direction, and then you're in big trouble.
Right, exactly.
Well, anyway, it's. I hope everybody else is having, nice fall weather. It just feels good. I've been listening to. I was telling the chat this earlier. I've been listening to a lot of folk music for some reason, and I do this every fall. I don't know why. I get hungry for like a guy on a guitar, a lady on a guitar, just kind of poetically singing shit. I don't know.
What are your go-tos? Like, do you do the Mumford & Sons, the, not the Langoliers, that was a movie, the Lumineers, the...
well, for me, it's things
Noah
like...
Kahn?
For me, it's like this Alexi Murdoch guy. Okay. I only listen to him about once a year, and it's not that he's not good the rest of the year. It's just this kind of music is for whatever reason.
Just the season inspires you.
Yeah, it's like soup weather and his kind of music weather. And if you haven't heard Alexi Murdoch... I discovered him, actually, funny enough, with you in the movie Real Steel.
Yeah.
He did that song called All My Days, which I was like, where is that? I got to find that. And as soon as I got home, I looked it up and tracked him down. And his whole catalog is great. That guy is very good, although he's only had a single album, which is weird to me.
Oh, really? Wow.
But his songs are all awesome.
Just hit it and get out is what he did.
I guess so. And then there's this new, this girl named Lanie Gardner, and she was, or is it Laney? I'm not sure how you say it. Lanie, probably Laney. She was originally just a high school kid making music in her room and putting it on TikTok and YouTube and stuff. And at one point she did an amazing, you probably heard this amazing cover of Fleetwood Mac's, which song was it? I can't remember the song she did. Here, I'll look at it. Actually, I have it right here. Let me see. She has this new album out. She got her first album called A Songwriter's Diary. And in particular, there's a couple songs in here like Somewhere, Nowhere in Somewhere, Nowhere in Carolina. Dreams, that was it. Yeah. It's an amazing cover of Dreams, and it kind of skyrocketed her a little bit. So anyway, it's her first album. It's very good. If you like kind of a quiet, retrospective thing, it's called A Songwriter's Diary. It's fantastic. Her voice is insane.
She, is that, I see a song title of Cry Me a River. Is that a cover of either the Justin Timberlake song, or the... Julie London?
I don't You know what? Good question. Let me play just a teensy
river.
Fill it up with regrets, the secrets you kept.
Does that sound like?
Nope, that is not. That's definitely not the Julie London. That might be the. That might be the just.
Yeah, it might be Bieber. Sorry, you cut out.
Timberlake.
That was a long cutout. Sorry, I didn't hear.
Oh, was it? Okay,
Yeah.
so it kept the Justin, but not the Timberlake.
Yeah, I missed that.
Did you say Bieber?
Yeah, I thought you were going Bieber for some reason. I don't know why.
The much better Justin.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Somewhere, Nowhere in Carolina is the song people should seek out. It's her top track, number 1 track on there.
Yes, the opening track.
Really good. Like her range is great. I just think she's awesome. So
cool.
it's that
like
kind
her
of
voice.
stuff, though.
Yeah.
Just sort of. I don't know. It's just like my comfort music food during this time of year. I'm enjoying it.
Cool.
All right, we got a few things to get into here. We have a recommendal for a Monday. We don't usually do that because, we do it on Wednesdays. But it's not us making the recommendation. It's somebody in the chat, or excuse me, someone out in the listenership who says, "Good morning, Silent and Bob. I wanted to recommend a heartfelt movie for you by Taika Waititi. It's called Next Goal Wins. It stars Michael Fassbender coaching an American Samoa soccer team. How I described it to my wife was if Roy Kent coached a team full of Ted Lassos. Otherwise, I have high affection for the show. Someone named Scott. Scott.
Gosh, love it, actually.
Never heard of it. It must be newish.
It is last couple of years. Yeah, I remember seeing trailers for this, and then Tina and I said, "Oh yeah, we've got to make sure to watch that when it comes out on streaming," and we never did. And it's got from the trailer, like a little bit of a Cool Runnings vibe.
Let's see. I'm going to look this up just so I'm going to mark it on my wish list or whatever you call that on Real Good.
Yeah. There you go. Tina and I share an Apple Notes that we add stuff to, and
I started doing that I started doing that with Kim. It works great.
It's so good. Yeah. And you can do it as a checklist. So as soon as you check something off, it drops down to the bottom. And then I can remember to pull from the bottom when I'm using stuff for recommendals.
Here it is. Oh, it's last year, 2023.
Okay.
It is
What's
currently
it
on
streaming on,
Hulu, it looks like. So available.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad. Oh, it also just Hulu, it looks like. Yeah, well, you know what, Scott? We will look it up and check it out. From one Scott to another, thank you for your Monday recommendation.
I'm so glad when you said we got a message from Scott, you didn't say, "Oh, and it's not me."
Yeah. I just want to be.
You do when it's from a Brian, you go, "Well, yeah, but not either of you."
I can't help it. It's just in me to always make sure people know which Brian.
I love
I'm
it. No, I'm glad you do it. Absolutely.
To our listener who helps make Real Good, I'm now fully on board. I use nothing else. I love it wherever that guy is. Yeah. So back in. He was supposed to send us T-shirts. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Where's our T-shirts? Real Good.
Well, I did get mine. He was supposed to send you one.
Oh shit, I didn't get one. Or if I did, I don't know about it.
He sent me, and that was years ago. Like it's one of my go-tos actually in the summertime. If I'm just doing a T-shirt, it's one of the ones I pull out. So you better make sure. I could have sworn when he sent them out, you talked about how comfortable it was and how surprised we both were when we received them.
It's entirely possible, but then when we brought it up again, he wrote in and said, "Hey, remind me your size. I'll get another one coming or something."
Oh, cool. Okay.
And that's what I haven't heard back from. So
Gotcha.
I'm not saying I am not one of those people that's going to sit here and say, "Hurry up and send me my shirt." Okay, I don't feel that entitled.
Where's my free stuff for being a podcaster?
That's right, but I will wear it, and I'll wear it proudly. And I already tell people to use the service because it's awesome. I like it a lot.
It's so good. It's I don't want to say anything negative about Just Watch, but I like Real Good so much better.
Yeah, I know they both have a lot of manual work to do. For whatever reason, Real Good's just doing a better job. Yeah, but you might say they're doing real good, Brian. They're doing real good.
Real good.
Real good.
Real good.
All right, I got a little shout out to help a pal out. You guys know Jamie, the TMS mashups guy. He also does a lot of stuff for Core. A notable voice in our community, doing neat stuff for us and you guys all the time. Normally, we're not real pro on let me mention somebody's GoFundMe, but this dude has been through some shit lately.
Yeah.
Pretty rotten time. middle of a nasty divorce, and it's not coming
very
from his side.
messy, divorce, and there are kids involved, which sucks.
Yeah, really
messy
sucks.
divorce is one thing, but when there are kids involved, that makes it suck even more.
Yeah, and so to retain a lawyer and keep things going the way it needs to go, it's not easy, it's not simple, and it certainly isn't cheap. So I'm going to recommend people go check it out. It's just a chance to help with his legal fees. And you can find it over on GoFundMe. I made a tiny URL for it, tinyurl.com/TMSJamie. That's JAMIE. And there, you probably search GoFundMe for it as well. But if you want to find it quick, that's the fastest way. Again, tinyurl.com/TMSJamie. And if you can help out, please do. Help her brother out.
TMS mashups, core mashups he did. Yeah, he's a really, really good guy.
Yeah, he's super nice.
And now he's driving for Lyft. He and I talk about that all the time about what do you do when a customer does this? Or what do you do? What does this mean when this comes up on the app? So I guess he's actually driving for Uber, but a lot of my advice works for it works across the board for all the ride share programs.
Is Lyft, maybe Lyft is less prominent in Canada or something?
It might be, yeah. Yeah, I think he ended up it was a better onboarding deal, an offer that he just got with Uber than he would have gotten with Lyft. So.
That reminds me, when I picked Kim up at the airport, I saw a car that had a neon sign in the back window that said Uber and Lyft was the full neon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uber and Lyft probably, do they care at all that you're doing both?
No.
They don't care? Okay.
No, they don't care. I personally, and people ask, they get in the car and every once in a while I get a question like, do you do both Uber and Lyft? And I basically say, no, I don't have the attention span to do both, because you have to have the best Uber and Lyft dual drivers have a second phone. They basically have phone mounts on their dashboard, one with Uber, one with Lyft, and then they keep them both running. And as soon as they get a ride with one, they look and see where it's going, and they accept and then cancel on the other one. And then you're going back and forth, and you're trying to keep track of which one. And the benefit, obviously, is that you get more rides that way. You waiting for another ride. I don't do it enough to where I care.
Yeah.
About if I was doing it full time, yeah, I'd care. But I think I'm averaging out about 8 hours a week doing Lyft and Uber, which is like 4 days, couple hours a day, or three hour days, or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I know some people do this with the food things too, right? They'll have
the DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff like that. Yeah. Which I've thought about switching over to. I'm kind of waiting for my Amazon Flex. I'm on the wait list for Amazon Flex. Which is no passengers. I just go to Amazon. I pick up a big stack of boxes. I load up the app. It tells me the path I'm driving, and what is this? Somebody was telling me 120 that they're getting on average about 120 for 3 hours worth of work. I'm like, well, that's better than what I make with Lyft. I'll totally do that instead.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'm surprised by that. So what's the difference between that and their actual Amazon trucks? I assume they're
it just adds on. Basically, if they get stuff that is 24-hour, Prime same day, then it might go to an Amazon Flex driver as opposed to someone in the morning who loads up their truck at 5 a.m. kind of thing.
Okay. And it's probably stuff that's maybe, I assume in more, not that you're in one, but in rural areas, you're going to have more opportunity for smaller, quick drive outs and stuff like that.
Exactly. And it's locked, they basically figure out roughly how much you can deliver in a hour period, and they give you that much. And you might have a couple Amazon distribution hubs close to you, and it'll just say, there's one right here. Oh, and there's one right here. You're going to go to one of these two and pick this up, and tell you which one, and then you load it up. So
that's interesting.
You have to have a car that can hold all of it too. So that's
the question. How much cargo do you have? Do you have to have?
The Kia Soul. If I don't have a passenger, I just flip the back seat down, and I've got tons of cargo space. It's a great, The Kia Soul is the TARDIS of the mini SUV world. It's surprisingly roomy inside. It does not look like it would be as roomy inside. But if you've got people in the back seat, very little cargo space in that little mini trunk back there.
Yeah, fun fact too, you would automatically have better working conditions than most Amazon employees.
I would, for sure. You know why? Because I can listen to my own music when I want to. I can listen to podcasts and a lot of...
You can stop and find a bathroom somewhere.
Stop and pee.
Yeah. You don't have to have a bottle in the car. I mean, you can, but you don't need to. You don't have to.
Yeah, could you imagine though? Like I stop and stop at a Starbucks, go inside, pee, come back, and my car's been stolen with all the Amazon packages. Or
oh my gosh, dude!
It's like no, I'm peeing before the Amazon Flex. Pee before you flex. There's your show title. Pee before you flex.
Do you have to have anything on the car to designate your car, like a sticker or anything? No.
Which also, there's. It looks sketchy, right? Like, car pulls up in front of your house, sitting there for a couple of minutes. Then a guy gets out and puts a box on your porch and takes a picture of it and then leaves. It's like, okay, there's no Amazon anything. I think you get a vest or something. I bet that's it.
Oh, cute.
Monica can clarify a little, just to show that you're officially an Amazon guy. That you didn't just pick this up off of somebody else's porch and put it on theirs.
I like it. Those people, the Australian breakdancer lady that everybody made fun of incessantly.
Yes, Ray Gun. Yeah.
She looked like she was an Amazon driver to me. Those clothes they wore,
green jumpsuit. Do you think you're going to see? I was amazed I didn't see anybody dressed as Ray Gun at the Halloween parade, but I'm wondering if I'm going to get some Ray Gun trick or treaters who do the do the Ray Gun pose.
Got to, right? Somebody has to.
I assume so. Yeah.
I've seen video of it. Some people are doing it for sure, but I don't. How many kids are keyed in on that? I don't know what'll happen.
I feel so bad for that woman because she was, her country sent her to the Olympics. It wasn't like she snuck in.
Yeah.
Like this was,
And she's, by all accounts, a really nice lady doing cool stuff in her life.
A really nice lady, and she had to hop off of social media for a while. I don't even know if she's back on social media.
Yeah, she teaches kids something or another. She's like a nice lady.
Dance. Exactly.
We were way too hard on her. But I do kind of hope we see some costumes. I'm of two brains. I'm of two minds on the issue, right?
Yes, right.
Like what you did was funny, memey, and ridiculous, but also I hope you're okay.
Exactly. And you know what? You made it to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Scott and I? No, not happening. We're
No, I tried. They wouldn't let me in.
Yeah.
I was going to come do incessant talking and see how I do.
Exactly. It turns out not a real sport. Unfortunately.
I was hoping exhibition at least, but they cut us out and said, "Sorry guys, you're out."
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, we got some stuff on rabbit breeds. We were talking about lop-eared rabbits, and my rabbit growing up named Fang. He used to use a what do you call it? A cat litter thing to poo every day.
Oh yeah, used to use a litter box.
Yeah, it was great. And we got this. Hey, Satan and Belgian hare. He says, yes, these are rabbit breeds. So there's a Belgian and I guess Satin, not Satan.
Satin, it is Satin, yeah.
I'm so used to people saying
I have a Satan rabbit.
So many people say Satan and Beelzebub, but I couldn't help it. Anyway, I'm listening to episode 2725, and Scott mentioned he used to have a lop-eared rabbit. As someone who shows rabbits with American Rabbit Breeders Association, or the ARBA, says, I'm wondering what type of lop it was. I didn't know you called them that for short. The ARBA currently, or the ARBA, currently recognizes 4 different lop breeds. The smallest being Holland lop, the next being the mini lop, then the English lops, and then the largest being the French lop. My memory is English lop. I have a memory of that term.
Interesting.
It was a fairly big rabbit. It wasn't huge, but it wasn't small. It was like I don't know, about the size of let's say bigger than a cat, but smaller than a average dog.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay,
it was a pretty big rabbit.
That's pretty large. Yeah, no kidding.
It was a big rabbit. If you held his ears up, it was like that. Like this. Okay. There's the head in the middle. You'd hold him about like that.
Great, big ear span.
Yeah. Which I suppose is the lot part. But anyways.
So like it maybe as big as a what are those dogs they use the logo for the hush puppies and like a basset hound? Is it as big as a basset hound?
You know what? Like that. Yeah. Okay, maybe not a full grown basset, maybe a mid, not quite out of puppy stage.
A mid-size basset.
Mid-size basset, yeah. But it did that same thing where it drug its ears on the ground and stuff like that. Just like a basset hound would. Okay. Didn't fetch, unfortunately. But it did pee and poo in this box, and it was fantastic.
That's amazing. That's great.
And sit in your lap, and he wouldn't freak out and kick you or any of that shit that rabbits do. He was great. Love that rabbit. Just sit in your lap and eat a carrot. You just hold a carrot and you would eat it. And then somebody said, you're not supposed to feed them carrots. I'm like, hold on a minute. Everything I've ever seen with a rabbit, Bugs Bunny, for hell's sakes, constantly like a cigar chomping on a freaking carrot. And I don't remember.
What's up, Doc? He's eating a carrot. That's
Maybe it was like, don't give him too much carrot or something like that. I don't know what it was.
Maybe. Oh, and now we need to hear from Darren from on that. From the Arma.
Yeah, Darren, please write back. Tell us what the deal is with that. He says the rabbits are easy to train because they typically don't bury their scat. Love the show, though. Darren from Northwest Pennsylvania. Hobo Pope D when he appears on Discord.
Excellent.
That's cool. Who would have thought? You know what? The other day when I went to bed, I never had a thought before I fell asleep that said, we're going to hear from a lop-eared rabbit expert on the show.
Exactly. Do we have somebody in our midst who is an American Rabbit Breeders Association member? And
never would have guessed.
Never would have guessed. That's great.
I love that, though. You guys are always bringing us weird, diverse angles on life, and we appreciate it. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Brian, you went and saw a movie, so I didn't have to.
Yes, I did it I took one for the team. And actually, I feel like you're gonna see this and you're gonna like it because it's probably the best of the three. I saw Venom, Venom 3, The Last Stand. What is it? Last Dance?
That's right.
The Last Dance.
I'm going to pull up Rotten Tomatoes. Where is this?
Folie à deux. That's
Last
what it is.
Dance.
It's Venom.
Yeah,
Venom Folie à
deux.
Folie à ducks.
Yeah.
I think it's the best of the three. Tom Hardy's great in it. It feels like it's more cohesive a story than the previous two Venoms, which felt a little more all over the place. If anything, if any review should tell you something, Tina actually liked it. And she wasn't crazy about the first two. She actually was actively talking to other people we knew to see if they wanted her ticket to see Venom 3 Thursday instead of going with me. Yeah, she was half serious.
I'm a little surprised by that. That's interesting.
Yeah. But you've got the big bads are basically little henchmen aliens from Null, who's the Uber symbiote boss, the big boss.
Yeah.
But he never basically he's on Klimtar the entire time. Null does not come to Earth.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. You get lots of shots of Null and his little his cage, his little trap over in Klimtar, but he doesn't come to Earth. But I think that it's a setup for maybe what they're doing with all of these Madam Web and Morbius and Morbius meeting up with the Vulture, Michael Keaton Vulture and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a great picture of Null. And that thing he's holding right there, that is the Necroblade that Christian Bale had in in
the God of Thunder deal.
Thor. The most recent Thor movie. Yeah.
No way. I didn't know that. So I'm familiar with Null in the most recent run of Venom, and it is really good stuff. That's a great run to read if anyone's hasn't picked it up.
King in Black, that one, or an earlier one?
The King in Black stuff, that whole thing leading to and exiting from that whole storyline, so good. But I always worry because he's such a fantastic villain.
He is.
How do you
so
do
that's
it?
why I think we're not done with him. I think that he might be. And this is Tom Hardy's last Venom, but it doesn't. I don't think it means that it's the last we're going to see of Venom symbiotes, Venom style symbiotes.
Do you think he means?
Thor,
do you think he means?
Necroblade
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Is what he used to cut off the head of an Eternal, and we saw that floating head in Guardians of the Galaxy. That nowhere that they keep flying into, the little the head. Eternal head planet that they fly in and out of. I think they become the mayors of nowhere in the second and third movie.
I love that. That
that's
name's
an eternal
great.
head.
They should make a movie called The Mayors of Nowhere and go deeper.
Right. Instead of Mayor of Easttown, it's Mayor of Nowhere.
So these three movies, the three mainline Venoms, the first one got 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, 80% audience. Second movie got 57%, 84 audience. This new one, 37, back down again, and then 80 for audience. In all three cases, the audiences like it. And you know what? When I watched those two with you, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're movies made for comic book fans and audiences. And Sony still doesn't know how to make a a movie featuring a superhero or even a supervillain that it goes beyond it just being a supervillain formula movie. They haven't figured out the Marvel secret sauce of make it a superhero movie that's also a crime drama or a superhero political thriller or a superhero this or that. Anyway, it's good. And the other you get the other symbiotes again. Nothing's a spoiler. I'm not going to say anything that isn't already in the trailers. So if you are a person who avoids the trailers, then sorry, I kind of spoiled a couple things. But if you're not, then there you go.
The null thing is either you don't know about it or you're hoping it's there, so it's not really a spoiler.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah. If you don't know who Null is, then it's not a spoiler to know that Null is in this.
Yeah. He's very cool though. He's like space vampire kind of. He's awesome.
Yeah. But I think what they're leading to, I think what Sony is hoping for is a Suicide Squad version of the Sinister Six against Null for an ensemble movie. So you get your Kraven from the movie next month or a couple months from now.
Yeah.
You'll get a couple of the Madam Webbers. We'll see if we can get Sydney Sweeney to come back.
She might. She seems willing. I don't know. Who knows? Her star's on the rise.
Who knows?
Maybe not.
Yeah, but she may not want to be associated with the steaming pile of poop that is Madam Web in any format. Who knows?
Oh, I know what question I had for you. Rhys Ifans shows up in this thing, and we know him from the Spider-Man movies as Lizard.
Yeah,
so
Kirk
is he?
Connors. Yeah.
Is that him again? Different dude, or is that a spoiler?
No, not a spoiler. He's a different dude, and no nudge is ever given as anything to say that Rhys is playing like a multi-universe, same person, different character kind of thing.
Yeah.
But also Chiwetel Ejiofor, I know I butcher his name. Baron Mordo is in here as a different character. And
right.
And I've seen theories online, and I love this idea that it is kind of what they're setting up for the multiverse as some of the same people, even though they're different characters, are drawn together. So that's why you've got Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom instead of Iron Man coming up in one of the future movies. It's like this is the multiverse version of Baron Mordo. This is the multiverse version of Kurt Connors. This is the multiverse version of, Tony Stark, etc. And I think, who knows, if that's going to come to play in Secret Wars or Battle World or whatever, should be interesting.
Do you know Temple good in there? Because we love her. She's great.
She is great. She's really good. Yeah, she's she and Tom Hardy are the best two. Well, and Chiwetel are the best, like the best parts of this film. The acting from those three is really, really good.
Yeah. You think you butcher his name. I butcher it constantly. I'll never get it right.
And you get Tom Hardy in a suit, which I think is, which from what I read in an interview, is a purposeful little nod to getting him to play James Bond. It's like, see how good he looks in a suit? Wouldn't he make a great James Bond?
Yeah, he looked good in that. What was the movie where it was him and a twin brother, and they were mobsters, English mobsters?
Yes, it was the Cray brothers.
Yeah, and they were both in suits. They both, well, it's him playing both parts, but he looked amazing. Right. That was when I went, oh, James Bond, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
He's getting a little scruffy, though, so they got to hurry up. If you're going to get him in there, get him in the gym. He's got to
be a little young. Yeah,
exactly. You got to hurry up.
Look a little. Yeah, get him while he's young and while he's hot.
That's right. 2015 would have been better.
Anyway,
whatever.
So if you even remotely enjoyed any of the other Venom movies, I think you'll like this one even more than you did the first two. It wraps things up in the Tom Hardy trilogy very cohesively and very cool.
Nice. Well, let's bring on our own symbiote. Hey, look who it is. It's a form of the Black Venom suit. It's Brian Dunaway. He got a little piece of it one time, and he's just never been the same since.
No. Hi, Scott and Brian. Well, I got some between my teeth, but I picked most of it out.
Ooh, gross.
It hardly affected me other than pooping black for a week. What you going to do? Nothing.
It hardly affected you?
Hardly?
Hardly.
Because, Tom Hardly.
Oh, no,
Anyway.
I don't. Explain more.
Yeah, let me explain it more in case you didn't get it. Hey, it's good to have you here, man. We're going to play a game. Brian devises a little game called the Morning Half-Asses on a Monday, and we try to win some people some prizes by doing said thing. And we'll let Brian explain it. Brian, how's this thing work?
Candy?
Well, let me tell you. By the way, Brian, did you see my open K? Did you see when I had it on screen there?
No.
Hold it up.
Are you able to see this? Are you able to see the screen now or no? Do I need to send you photos of this?
I can see if wait a second. Let me pull it up. All right, do it. Give me it.
All right, so there's...
Look at that.
Yeah,
There's
it's going to take a couple seconds for him, but it's beautiful.
Ooh,
Isn't that
yeah,
nice?
That's pretty.
It's got buttons for coin and green.
You did the 3D print thing. That's printed, right? Yeah, I
That's
looked
3D
at that.
printed.
I need to do that.
Yeah, I
It's
need
cool.
it.
It's
You should
really
put you should put one of those false... Well, you could even make it work, I guess, but little quarter slots on
the
there.
little quarter thing.
Slot.
Yeah.
They have ones you can buy that when you could have a little quarter semi protruding from it. When you push that quarter in, it treats it like a button of inserting a quarter.
Oh, yeah. You get a problem. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Welcome to the Morning Half-Asses, a trivia game where I'm actually going to be giving you the answers. I'm going to give Scott and Brian a category and 6 possible answers, 3 of which are correct, and 3, like somebody's theory about Venom being dead the whole time, is incorrect. Depending on how confident they feel with the category, they can provide 1, 2, or 3 guesses, but if they get any wrong, they get 0 points for that round. Get 1 right gets you a point, 2 right gets you 3 points, and 3 right gets you 5 points. The player with the most points after 3 rounds wins the prize for their contestant, and contestants will be pulled from members of the Tadpool that aren't able to be here live. Scott, you're going to be playing for Chris Walker in Chicago.
Sweet. The
Christopher Walker.
Windy City, the big shoulders or whatever. That's great.
Christopher Walker. Brian, you're going to be playing for Justin Siebel just outside of Atlanta.
Ooh, nice. Right next door.
Yes, there you go. And we'll talk about what those prizes are after we play the game. Let's get to it. First round. By the way, my reference of Venom being dead the whole time, that was a lost thing. I'm not giving any spoilers about the movie.
Wait. They're dead and lost?
No, they're not dead and lost. That's the assumption from people who haven't watched Lost.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it. They're dead the whole time.
I thought I watched it wrong. Oh.
If you think that they were dead the whole time, you watched it wrong. Let's get to your first question here. Stage musicals that end. Oh yeah, this is for Halloween, by the way. Enjoy this. Stage musicals that end with the male protagonist dead. Your choices are Les
What's
Miserables.
protagonist? Is that another word for penis?
Your main character.
Oh.
Your main.
You know that. He knows what that word means, don't you?
He does. He's just playing with me. Les Miserables, Little Shop of Horrors, The Phantom of the Opera, West Side Story, Into the Woods, and Fiddler on the Roof. Which of these?
Yeah.
Oh, did I get?
No, I was gonna say. Wait till he hears what a antagonist is. He's really in for some prizes.
His mind is gonna be blown.
Yeah. Sorry, you were repeating the answers.
So remember, stage musicals that end with the male protagonist dead: Les Miserables, Little Shop of Horrors, Phantom of the Opera, West Side Story, Into the Woods, and Fiddler on the Roof.
It's a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
You know, like I think one of them, something about it rings a little true.
I remember the fiddler falling down the chimney
fell
and
off the
dying.
roof.
Yeah. But I think I'm confusing that with the Gremlins.
If I were a rich man,
I was dead the whole time. I'm only picking 2 because I don't freaking know.
Oh, you're only picking 2? Yeah, well, I'm not sure about this one, so I'm going to bake it up. All right.
Well, look at that. Your strategy of revealing how many you picked made Brian change. But did he change for the better or for the worse? We'll have to find out. All right, your selections were all over the board for this one. Brian selected Little Shop of Horrors and West Side Story. Scott selected Into the Woods and Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh.
Come on. Seymour gets away at the end of the movie of Little Shop of Horrors.
He's not my protagonist.
Who's your protagonist? Audrey too?
Yeah.
I still have never seen it. I've only seen the original black and white one.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
You've
so
only
the
seen
Jack
Corbin?
Nicholson.
I mean,
Yeah.
I assume the old Jack Nicholson one is close to the story, but I'm assuming there's also probably a ton of different things going on. So I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Well, here's the deal, though. In the stage version of the Little Shop of Horrors, Audrey 2 eats Seymour.
Damn it!
That's right.
Little cuttings that go all over the place and take over the world. And I have the original
I've
version
seen
of the movie.
all 3.
Have you really? Wait, all three, the stage, and then the Corman and the.
Well, yeah, but I didn't see it staged.
Frank Oz?
I watched it on YouTube. But yeah,
Was it
I watched
Frank Oz
that and-
directed the movie?
Did
Is that
Frank
right?
Oz direct that
I
one?
think it was Frank
you're right.
Oz. I think so.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's an early one for him.
Yeah, yeah. I've got the special edition DVD that they released and then pulled from shelves because I think it was Frank Oz said he did not want the original ending of the movie to be out there on DVD, and then now you can just go to YouTube and see it, and basically it's like it's out there.
Confirmed, definitely Frank Oz, and
yeah,
they credit Roger Corman as writer though. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, really? Cool. That's awesome. Well, which is right.
Yeah.
So Les Miserables, Little Shop of Horrors, and West Side Story were the three where the male protagonist is dead at the end of the stage musical. Brian got 2 of them for 3 points. Scott missed them, but that's all right. We got more questions. Let's get to this one. The Animal Kingdom is our category for number 2 here. What are common names of penguin species? Which of these are actual penguin species and not made up? Chinstrap penguin, African penguin, elder penguin, reticulated penguin, royal penguin, and the cobblepot penguin.
Oh, that is great.
I was like, all right, look at you. Look at you.
Apologies.
It doesn't matter. Which of these? Because how do you know that maybe the DC
was
didn't say,
named
"Oh, we
after
like
the
the
Cobblepot.
name"? Exactly. You don't.
But
know
they had to
that.
go with Cobb this time around. They're all like, we're going to call him Cobb because Cobblepot is too comic-y.
Right.
Too much of a comic
Exactly.
book name. Yeah.
And it's not. They call him Oz Cobb.
Yeah, Ozcut's the
Oz
worst.
You don't like that? You're not a fan?
I am loving the show.
Oh, that show,
I'm not gonna let you
dude,
see.
is something special. I'm only an episode in, but man,
I need Scott to give away how many he guessed.
no, not doing it.
Damn it.
Not
Fine.
telling you this time. I'll tell you. I'll tell you that I feel some pressure right now. I'll tell you that because you're winning. So whatever that means.
All right. Well, I will tell you now that you both have locked in. Scott picked 3.
Ooh.
Brian picked 1. You both settled on the Royal Penguin. Guess what?
That's the big giant one in the Batman.
Oh,
I thought that was an Emperor Penguin.
Oh, it's the Emperor. Well, they're
Yeah,
both,
the ones in
they're
the big
royalish.
ones in Batman, I think, are Emperor Penguins.
I got it
but
wrong,
the
but I got it
Royal
right.
Royal Penguin is another one. African penguin. Come on, like they have penguins in Africa. Come on now. Of course they do.
Of course they do.
And they have the chin straps. Scott, yes, good job. You got 3 of them right for 5 points.
This is based. This is purely
Chin
based on recent
strap.
viewings of 3 different documentaries, and then the one Happy Feet movie, and all of these were in those in some form.
Wow.
So I remember them just vaguely. I was almost going to choose Elder though, and I'm glad I didn't.
Chin
Wow.
strap.
Yes,
What a
no
wild,
kidding.
what a wild ride that
All right.
is.
The
Puts
chin
me-
strap. I know. Yeah.
Puts me up by 1. I like that.
1 point. This is the way to go into our question number 3. Brian with 4 points, Scott with 5. It all comes down to this one right here. Question number 3, music. We're going to go to rock bands. Which of these rock bands have twins in their lineup? Your choices are Nelson, the Black Crowes, My Chemical Romance, Ace of Base, the Bee Gees, and the Breeders.
Oh shit!
3 of these.
Breeders. Always love that name.
Breeders.
That's a great
Yeah.
name.
Black Crows.
Rock
Oh,
bands with twins in their
Yeah.
lineup.
Nelson.
Like he's Nelson.
Nelson.
It's so
Nelson
Nelson is
Muntz.
so. I've
the
no.
Black Crowes.
I got no memory of Nelson.
Really? Oh,
I mean, just a
interesting.
vague one.
I'm worried that my memory of Nelson is wrong. I remember it, and that's what I'm worried about.
All right,
Um,
I'm choosing. I'm going for it.
I'm going
I
for all of
really,
them?
I really don't know. My hope is you screw this up and then I win.
Thanks, man.
All right.
So it's
Well,
mine
you
to
both-
lose.
Yeah.
You both locked in, and you both locked in with 2. Brian, you both chose Nelson. Nelson is two twin
Yeah.
brothers that
I
look
was
like
worried they-
Fabio.
Oh,
I was
the
worried they
blonde
might just
guys.
look alike.
More
I was
than
worried-
words could that one.
No, that's extreme.
Oh, that's-
More than words.
But they look alike too.
But their song, whatever their song was, is just as sappy as that extreme More Than Words.
Yeah,
And I think it came out. It was they were probably on the charts at exactly the same time. Scott chose Ace of Base. He saw the sign and chose Ace of Base.
Right.
Brian
I was
chose-
debating on Ace of Base.
Yeah.
Brian chose
good.
the Bee Gees, the Brothers Gibb.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
But are any
brothers.
of them
though.
twins?
No. No.
Two of them are.
No.
The other one's not.
No.
Oh, I love this. I love the tension here. You could cut it with a knife. Yeah, Morris and Robin are twin brothers,
shit.
fraternal twins, not identical twins. No twins in Ace of Base, which means Brian gets 3 more points, bringing him up to 7.
Damn it.
Scott with 5 in one of our closest matches. That wasn't a tie, of course.
Yeah.
That was a back and forth, man. That was a good one.
That was
Good
wild.
job.
Sorry, Chicago. The entire city. I apologize. We should have won.
I love the fact that those questions, somebody got points on each one of those questions. We didn't have any complete stumpers, so I love that when that happens with these.
Yeah. No complete stumpers is a good day for everybody, I think.
It's a good day for everybody. So congratulations is going to be going out to Justin, just outside of Atlanta, GA. Congratulations, Justin. Who's just out.
You know what, though? Brian, you're required. Brian should send codes to Brian Dunaway. He should have to print them out, and then you should have to drive to Atlanta and give him that code.
Okay.
Great. So here's what you're getting, Brian. I'm sorry, Justin Siebold. Here's what you're getting. You're getting Station to Station and Jusant. Jusant. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Station to Station is a really cool, like, Lego-y, blocky train path building game. You're building railroads, connect areas. That looks really cool.
I have that game, and it's like more of a puzzle game, so it's not so much about like city buildery railroady things, but it's more like, all right, you have this many limited resources, you need to get to from A to B and carry these to those. How do you do it? It's very chill, beautiful, like you said, it's kind of blocky and kind of voxely. But it's really really cool game. That's a good one to win.
Do any of the trains have faces?
No.
There's no Thomas. But don't worry, Chris Walker in Chicago, you're getting a copy of a pretty damn good game yourself. Persona 5 Strikers.
Oh, shit.
So,
PDG,
a really good part of the Persona game series. So look at that. Both of you getting good prizes, even though you didn't lift a finger except to type your name in a spreadsheet. And by the way, if you have not joined that spreadsheet, head on over to frogpants.com/TMS and you'll find the Win on Half-Asses link and you can submit your name. No point in submitting it more than once. I delete duplicates. So if you're in there more than once, tough titties. You're getting pulled. You're getting removed.
If you measure this by dollar amount, our guy in Chicago really won because that's
he really won. Yeah, that's what, a 39. That's
more than that.
AAA title.
I think that's like a $60 game, and the other one's like 15. Wow. So take that, everybody involved. Wow. That was my secret plan all along.
I want you to shut up and go watch some more penguin crap.
Okay, I'll do that. I like a good nature documentary. They're great. Yeah. Nothing wrong with those. Dunaway, you did great. And as always, we like to remind people when we're doing Play Retro. Here's the weird bit: we couldn't do the one this weekend because things just got too crazy with schedules. So we are substituting in tomorrow. That means tomorrow at around 12:30 my time, 2:30 Brian's time, or 3:30. So 3:30. Oh, I'll fix it in the schedule. I thought you said 2:30. 3:30 your time, which would be 1:30 my time. We will be recording Play Retro and talking about that Ghostbusters game. Yeah. So that'll be fun. You look forward to that? You like that?
Oh, I can't wait to talk about Ghostbusters because who are you going to call? Apparently every console and 8-bit system that existed during that time period, because you got your Commodore 64, which is the best one, and then you got the NES, which is the suckiest one.
Oh,
you heard it here.
Listen to you with your smack talk. That's a very smack talky attitude to have about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Take that, Nintendo.
We'll see.
Nintendo.
Exactly. No blast processing here. Anyway, that'll be tomorrow. Check it out. So that's 1:30 Mountain Time. And there's already a scheduled YouTube link up. So if you want to watch us live, you can do that. And we want you there. Okay? So be there. Yeah. Brian Dunaway, kiss our butts. All right, he's going. Great work, everyone.
Kiss our ever-loving butts.
Our buttholes. Brian, let's go ahead and do some news, some quick news.
Yeah.
We got time for that. Let's see here. What do we got here? Let's do this right here. It's time for the news, brought to you by
The Instance, so you don't have to. For October is now up. Find out how the hosts feel about $90 mounts. Can't wait. And massive class shakeups at frogpants.com/instance or wherever podcasts are found.
Or wherever.
Wherever's
how I spelled it. Just real quick, that $90 mount, been all the controversy over the last couple of days.
Sure.
Here's the irony of it. I'm sort of opposed to it. I don't like it. I think it's a little predatory. A lot of people would argue, well, it's still cheaper than the old mount if you figure out what the actual monetary value of 500 or 2 million gold is, or 5 million gold is what the old one cost. Blah blah blah. There's all this back and forth. Everybody's got either a justification or they're super opposed to it and mad. I'm not mad. I'm just sort of like, I don't think it's a great deal. Immediately after the show, an anonymous fan gifted me the mount in the game. So now when I pull it out, I feel slightly guilty because it is awesome. It's very useful. I have an auction house built into it.
Oh, it's one of those like the yak where you get.
Yeah, except better because the yak only lets you repair and do transmog. This lets you do full auction house access on one side and a mailbox on the other. You can be anywhere out in the world and use this thing.
Oh, wow.
So it's very convenient and useful. It's just very expensive, and that was my problem with it. And now I have one, and I feel just like I kind of take it around corners and bring it up and kind of,
Gonna hide in a little alley and mount.
Yeah.
Use your stuff and then get off and say, like, all right, what's everybody up to?
Yeah, what are you guys doing right now? Everything fine?
What are you doing? Yeah.
Hey, Scott, where were you? Nowhere. I was nothing. I was doing nothing. Anyway, here's your quick story. We should have kept Brian around for this one. He'll love this.
Oh, yeah.
Alien Romulus is getting a VHS release, and not just some weird fan thing. It's a official VHS release of Alien Romulus. Time to dust off your VCR and clean the heads because Romulus is coming to a VHS player near you as a limited edition on December 3rd alongside other physical releases. So they're going to, 4K, Blu-ray, and all that other stuff will happen too. Director Fede Alvarez announced this during a special Beyond Fest partnered screening in Los Angeles yesterday. It's actually a few days now. The fully functional VHS tape is meant to celebrate 45 years since the Alien franchise first burst into theaters. So they put a little chest there.
Clever.
20th Century Studios wrote in a release emailed to The Verge. It'll present the movie appropriately in a 4:3 ratio, hopefully with well done pan and scan. It also comes in a slick vintage style sleeve. And the art for the box comes from Matt Ferguson, whose other work you can see on the website. He posted a wider version of the same image as a poster. They're obviously going for a very retro look to this, as opposed to the very modern, sleek image of the face hugger on the lady with the red.
With the red, yeah.
So anyway, it's kind of cool.
Make it look more like the older VHS movies. I love it. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, I kind of want one, even though I would never actually insert it. I would keep it mint, is what I would do.
Yeah. Do you actually even still have a VCR that you could play this in?
No. I don't. I would just want it on a shelf so I could show it to people and say, look at this.
Yeah.
VHS thing.
The box, it's funny, their mock-up, I assume this is a mock-up, looks like a lot thicker of a VHS box than it really is. It looks like that's big enough in foreshortening to hold two cassettes.
Good point. Look at that thing. That's a big old fatty right there.
Yeah.
Why is
I think they just did a mock-up to show the person who did the mock-up is so young they don't know what a VHS box looks like with the little half circle cutout so you can pull the tape out and that sort of thing.
Yeah, assuming that's a single sleeve. There's no two tapes in there. I would assume
two tapes. No, I wouldn't think so. Yeah.
Pretty cool though. I might do it. There's no pricing.
I do like no, there isn't. Yeah. I'm going to guess $39.99.
Yeah,
that'll be my guess. Yeah,
I might do that.
I don't know how limited they're going to make it to, but I do like that artwork. I like that. That wide poster with the.
I kind of want that. Just that.
You've watched it a second. No, that's right, because you watched it with the girls.
Yeah, and we loved it the second time.
I need to watch it again. It's. I'm ready for a second viewing of it.
It's funny, that beef we both have with it. Or at least the beef we share, the one,
Yes, there's I have a different beef that you do not share.
No, that final beef, I really like the final beef. But the early beef, it's interesting to see it through their eyes once again. Like this is what's been interesting about this watch through. They don't have the baggage. They've seen the other movies, but they've done this in such quick succession. They're just a lot more forgiving of that kind of thing. It still bugs me. And I still think it could have been better. I think it could have been a lot better. Either a different character or just do it better. We have the tech.
Just visually, right, exactly. The presence of the character we loved.
Yeah.
The presentation, how that thing was done, bothered us.
Yeah, knowing the story about the family of the person who's no longer with us, that they were really wanting to do this. They were stoked about it. Like, all of those things are positive. I really like that. Just, I don't know, find a better Or pay the effects people more. Maybe that's what it was. They didn't pay them enough.
Right. Or make it look more rubbery like the original version kind of looked, except for when they were clearly somebody's head stuck through a board. I guess we're not being spoilery here, are we, Scott?
Not at all. No, we haven't gone too far. But watch Romulus, you guys. It's fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, it's been more than 2 weeks.
Well, it's been a lot longer than 2 weeks. It's very, very good. All right, let's see here. Oh, well, it's time. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to spend time with Steven Schleicher. He's got some recommendations for the spooky season that I think some of you are going to enjoy. And for those of you who hate comic books, I don't know what to tell you. Just stick around, I guess.
What the heck?
What's
Why
wrong
are you
with
here?
Yeah, what are you even doing here? Anyway, that's coming up. That's coming up after this break. Brian brought a song to play during this break, so we better hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it. This is from a band called Shower Curtain. A great name right there.
Wow.
These guys are about to go on tour in support of their brand new album, Words from a Wishing Well. Big thanks to Angel Tapes and Fire Talk Records for sending this one over to me. This is great. This is a great song. This actually was going to be our song last week, but pushed it to this week and did not replace it because it's so good. The song is called Bedbugs. The band is Shower Curtain.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, it's time to play Future Sport.
You want to get high?
Yep.
Hey, Brian, tell me who that was one more time.
Sure. That is a band called Shower Curtain. Their song is Bedbugs, just came out on their brand new album, Words from a Wishing Well. They're from New York City. Go check them out on tour. They're starting in their hometown, and then you're going to be doing a whole North American tour.
I love it. Is Dale Griffith on the cover of their album selling shower curtain rings by chance?
He's not. He is not. Use them as earrings. You can use them as...
That's a shame.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it with an old friend of ours. Here's his intro.
And now welcome Steven to the show. He's a huge freaking nerd.
Dollar bills, y'all.
That's right. Steven Schleicher joining us as he does most Mondays of the month, or at least a couple of them anyway, where we talk about nerd stuff, comic books, movies, tie-ins, all that fun stuff, pop culture over at Majorspoilers.com. And he's joining us today. Steven, welcome back.
Hello, Scott. Hello, Brian.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
We're going to get a little spooky here.
Yeah, spooky season.
Oh, before I forget, I almost forgot. I was going through old photos, old Nerdtacular photos. I'm trying to find some that I put on Flickr, and they never, for whatever reason, I think I lost them in a hard drive crash or something. So they're online, but not here locally. So I was trying to get all those down. I found some fantastic images of you in like 2011, and for some reason, when you made the trip out that year, you shaved your head completely.
Yeah, I go back and forth. Yeah.
It's a look, man. I liked it. It was cool.
I approve, obviously, but that shouldn't surprise you.
Yeah. I can't find it, but I'm going to try to find it and send it to you because it's awesome. Anyway,
Okay, cool.
Always fun to look back. Steven, we're going to get into some spooky stuff. 5 horror comic books for Halloween. I love a good horror book, comic or otherwise. So this is going to be helping me as much as anybody else out there.
Yeah, and these probably aren't your typical horror comic books that people are just automatically think of. One of them on the list is one that people would probably automatically think of, but the rest are like, it's not like Tales of Suspense or, Creep Show or anything like that. These are ones that are a little bit more modern, but also kind of bring the scares. And the first one I want to start off with is Ice Cream Man.
Oh.
This is from Image Comics, written by W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo. This one is... I kind of describe it like an Outer Limits episode, but super scary, because the premise is people are going about their lives. They want something, whatever that desire is, and they happen to meet the narrator of the series, the Ice Cream Man, who gives them exactly what they want. But as we know, in horror comics, things often backfire in a horrible way, and so that happens a lot in this. So if you're
Black Mirror kind of,
yeah.
Max?
Yeah, so if you don't like spiders or wasps or, eyeballs hanging out of people's heads, you probably want to avoid the Ice Cream Man because it can get pretty brutal.
Sure. I love all of those things.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense. And even though it's an anthology, there is a connecting storyline that runs through the, whatever they're up to now, 30 plus issues.
If I remember right, this is a bit like Creep Show or a bit like...
a little bit,
yeah, kind of Crypt Keeper, in that the Ice Cream Man isn't necessarily he's not your serial killer guy or whatever. He's just...
Right. He's like the narrator that makes the stuff happen.
Yeah, I remember reading at least one of these and thinking it was pretty good at the time.
What board game is he playing right there? Because I want to get that too. We need to ask Dan to explain what board game with these meeples.
You have to
Monsters on Elm Street or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Monsters on Mulberry Street. The Monsters.
Yeah. You have to have leaky. They have to have leaky characters that have blood in them. So you got to do that.
Yes.
It's a lot of work, man.
It really is a lot. Yeah, you got to inflate or fill them up, not inflate them, but load them before you play your game.
Nice. So we got Ice Cream Man, W. Maxwell Prince, and Martin Marazio. There's
Image Comics.
Multiple volumes of this one, right? Looks like.
Yeah, it's been really took off as a big series after about the third issue, when it was clear that there was no stopping the insanity that the creators were putting out. So it's definitely out there. The next one though that I have is a finite series. I think it's only 12 issues, so you can read 12 issues. It's called Dark Ride from Joshua Williamson. Joshua Williamson currently is writing the G.I. Joe and Transformers series for Skybound Entertainment, and he just finished up the Green Arrow run over at DC Comics. And the art is by Andre Bresson. And this is the story of a family-run theme park called Devilland. And the premise is that Arthur Dante once upon a time made a deal with the devil in order to be the most popular entertainment theme park guy out there, and everything is horror themed and death themed and scary monster themed. He's been out of the picture for several years, so his two children, Samhain and Halloween, are fighting over who's going to get control of the park. And it's only about halfway through the series when they realize, oh no, this is the real devil that is being part of this. And how do they save themselves, or do they save themselves? And it's pretty clear that they are leaning into what if Disney was evil kind of idea. And so if you are into some of that, it's a pretty good story. I like it because Samhain, or they call him in the book Sam Hain, he's got a little daughter who he's very concerned is also going to be sucked up, have her soul taken by the devil. And so he's trying to save her life as well.
It's got a very cute devil. It's very adorable.
It is. The art is really cute, but then again, it gets really grotesque in places. So, you know how in Disney there's the under kingdom as opposed to the upper world, where all these tunnels and everything. Well, one of the tunnels is just, hey, do you ever wonder where all the garbage goes to? Oh, there's a whole room with nothing but garbage in it. So,
nice.
Yeah.
The Samhain, the Irish Halloween was a focus on that. Was it Bodkin, I think?
Yes, that was a great little limited series.
It really was. Yeah, really good. And well acted. And it was a Netflix limited series with.
I think so, yeah.
Who's
these podcasters go to research this murder that happened in this small town.
Let's see. Bodkin TV series.
The guy from Saturday Night Live, Last Man on Earth, Jeff.
The one that I saw this. The Irish podcaster thing. Yeah, I saw this with that
guy.
What's wrong with me? Will Forte.
Will Forte. That's it.
Yeah, that was really good.
I can remember. It was really good. Yeah.
I was surprised how much I liked that. All right. Well, excellent. Give us our third pick for the week.
Sure. Now, a lot of people get squeamish when children get murdered.
Oh, yeah.
So this may not be the book for you, but it is fascinating. It's called Something is Killing the Children. It's from Boom Studios, from James Tinian IV and Werther Del Adera. And it is about something is killing children. And in order to combat this, Erica Slaughter, who is the main character of the series, she is tasked with wiping out these monsters before they kill too many. And it's kind of a cool premise in that only children can see the monsters. We've seen this before in other stories where once you get old enough, you no longer believe in monsters. And so you can't see the monsters that are right there standing in front of you. And so it's fascinating because it has a lot of secret society stuff. There's some brutality in how the monsters are dispatched. And of course, you're going to have dead children. So again, keep that in mind if that is something that it bothers you.
I originally thought this was based on a novel. And I don't know why I thought that. I think it's because there's a very similar one to this, and it's even similarly titled. I cannot remember the name of the book, but if anyone else out there is thinking that, it's not. Oh, I know why. Because this Erica Slaughter has the same name as a horror novelist or a crime novelist I read named, I forgot her first name now. Shit, Karen Slaughter. Almost the same name. That's what threw me off.
Yeah.
It's not her. There's no connection. Yeah.
The interesting thing about this is it is so popular that it's spun off 2 different series, one called The House of Slaughter, because we find out that Erica is part of one group of a larger secret society. And then I believe there is one more that is spun off from that I can't remember off the top of my head. And we may be seeing this as a television series in the near future as well.
Oh, cool. That sounds all right. I like a vengeful lady with the ninja powers or whatever she's got in that cover.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of badass.
Definitely worth checking out.
Cool.
All right.
Next up.
Yeah, here's one that I think everybody probably thought would be on the list, a Hellboy comic. And, of course, my preference is Hellboy, The Coffin, and Other Stories, but to kind of honor the release of The Crooked Man on DVD or on digital, I'm sure everybody has seen that movie. Let's not kid ourselves. No one has seen that movie.
No.
Brian, have you had a chance to watch it yet?
Oh, no. That's the newest one, right? That's the new...
Yeah. It came out on digital like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And it's okay. I don't like the editing in it.
I hear it's better than that last thing they tried to do, the 2019 movie. Not
I would
better
say there's
than
probably along the same. The Crooked Man is a much quieter story about the Crooked Man from Appalachia and Hellboy stumbling upon this guy and the curses that he's put on the land, and one man trying to get his soul back and fight everybody off. The comic book adaptation, The Crooked Man, Mike Mignola and Richard Corbin, is also very well done. I think it's better than the movie in that it really explores more of the creepiness that's out there. Again, I think my biggest problem with the movie is the editing, and there's a couple of special effects that either they should have done practically. I mean, one of them you can't technically do practically, but at least enhanced animation as opposed to just let's do this creature completely CGI, and then it looks kind of silly. But this one's pretty creepy and pretty spooky, and it's a lot of fun. There's also a backup story in there as well that people want to check out.
Nice. I love Hellboy, so this is a no-brainer for me, and I've not read this one for... I don't know why.
Yeah, sounds like you'll much rather read the comic than watch this movie. For sure.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. I want Hellboy I want it to thrive. I want it to be movies forever. And I'm not saying that I'm not even saying Del Toro's the only guy that can do it, although he's the only one that made them good. But can somebody please just step forward and make make a series? Maybe that would help.
What do you want from your Hellboy? Because all of the movies that have come out have been fairly faithful. Well, Golden Army, I don't think was based on any one comic, but the 4 movies that are out are very close to their original. I mean, this one right here, Crooked Man, follows the story almost beat for beat in the movie, and the main Hellboy, the first Hellboy movie, also pulls bits and pieces from the Mignola lore into it.
I guess I didn't see the David Harbour one. I've only seen the original.
The
Harbour's
Hellboy in Mexico,
2019, right? I think, or whatever.
Yeah. If you've read Hellboy in Mexico and the Last Hunt story arcs, again, save for the ending of the Last Hunt, again it picks up a lot of the bits and pieces that you see in a lot of the short stories from Hellboy. What I think makes Hellboy work best is when they do it as short stories. And The Crooked Man is only, I think, 4 or 5 issues, so that's relatively short, as opposed to drawing in years worth of storyline like the End Times story, the Frogmen story, and trying to condense it down into a single movie or into a single tale. I think that's where it falls apart.
Yeah. I also think giving Harbour rocker hair for Hellboy was a mistake. It's stupid looking.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah, for sure.
It was dumb. Just you know what? Cover Perlman as much makeup as you need. He can keep going.
Sure.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. What do we have after that?
All right, the final one on my list is just a no-brainer. People need to go out and pick this up. It's Harrow County from Cullen Bunn and Tyler Crook. Cullen Bunn is just a master of horror. He is the creator of The Sixth Gun, which we've talked about before on the show.
Love that.
And he does a lot of horror comics. So anything Cullen Bunn, I usually give a thumbs up on. And Tyler Crook's art is very well done as well because it's very watercolory in the way that it plays out. But the premise here is that haints and boogers and creatures of the night and creatures that take off their skin and wander about are real, and in Harrow County the only thing keeping all of the creatures in line is a little girl called Emmy, and she is trying to discover why is she the only one that can control these monsters, and what happens when some bigger villains show up. What does she do then? So it's a really great series for people to pick up.
Didn't they also make there's a board game or something, right, based on this? Or
there may be an RPG, I think.
Maybe that's what it is, because very Cthulhu-y.
Yeah, to an extent. Yeah, I mean, it's more
yeah.
like backwoods country kind of spookiness, almost the same as the Crooked Man.
Yeah, that's my favorite That's my favorite backdrop for a lot of things. I just love like gothic southern bullshit like that. It's great. I haven't read this though. Dark Horse, you said, right?
This one is from Dark Horse. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check that out because I love Cullen Bunn. That dude can do no wrong.
Yeah, he does so much good stuff that, like I said, anything that he does, generally I say, go out and check it out because you're going to be scared in some way, shape, or form.
I heard that Six Guns is going to finally get a proper adaptation for somebody.
I think so too, and they just released another giant, like, complete collection. I think it comes out this week, or it comes out in November. They're releasing a new omnibus edition they're releasing a new omnibus edition of Harrow County. Sorry, Six Gun they did last year. But Harrow County is getting an omnibus release in November. So if you see it on the store shelves, it's worth picking up.
So there was a fan, somebody made a fan film for Six Gun. Do not get confused with that one. That was low budget and looked like trash. That was from 2013. Ignore that. Pretend that never happened. Excellent. Well, these are great recommendations. Again, I'll rip through them. We got Hellboy, The Crooked Man, and the return of Effie Kolb. You have Harrow County Omnibus 1. I think I'm going to grab that. Something is Killing the Children, Book 1, and more. There's more in there. Yep. Dark Ride, which sounds pretty fascinating.
Really cool, yeah.
And
that's the one that's at the top of my curiosity list for sure.
Yeah, that one looks great. And then The Ice Cream Man, which is just Ice Cream Man with no the. So check that out as well. Steven, these are great as always. I hope you have a great spooky season. You doing anything fun for Halloween? Dressing up?
I don't know. We've got a new dog in the house, and so I don't know how she's going to react to people coming to the door. I opened the door the other day, and she went running out, and so I don't know if we're going to do any Halloween stuff.
I understand. That's hard. I get it. I don't know if we are either. So I think the little ones are coming here, and then we're going to run around the neighborhood with them. But that'll be done before it's dark. So
my kids are too old to do that now.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they think they're not, and they'll go out and take handfuls out of a bowl. But you have good kids.
Sure.
Your boys are pretty good boys, so I'm not worried about them.
Yeah, I think so.
Steven, go shave your head, and we'll see you next time. Happy Halloween.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye now.
Bye now.
See ya.
All righty.
Cool. I hear that Ice Cream Man is guaranteed to satisfy.
Oh, good. Well, thank the Lord. Also a good pull. There is your list. Are we putting those on quick TMS?
I hadn't, but I will. That's a really good idea.
That might be a decent
just in
place
quick
for those.
TMS was getting an error that just needed an update, a WordPress update. So yeah, I'll put those up there. What was that?
You see that? This is whenever Brian does, because see, now you can see him. Whenever Brian does quick TMS.li, I like to show this GIF because he's frantically making sure you guys have the stuff.
Right.
I forgot I made this. It was a long time
That's
ago.
exactly how I log into quicktms.li. It's just like that.
I think that's it's Jim Carrey back there, I think.
Is it? Okay.
From the God one where he's God for a week or whatever.
Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty. Wasn't there a movie about Jim Carrey being a god for a week called Bruce Almighty? Anyway, there's that. We are done with the show. That is your Monday edition of the podcast, and we will be doing more of these this week because that's how this show goes. We do it Monday through Thursday, and there is a Friday edition for patrons. I know, right? Brian's already got some stuff prepped for me. There's already tons of reasons to tune in and check it out. Also, Thursday, look forward to a special guest in the form of Monica who will be joining us here prior to Wendy being on about some Halloween movie recommendations. So check that out. Halloween Day, everyone.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. The new Dragon Age game comes out that day. Ooh.
Cool. There's a new Pokemon thing coming out soon, or maybe it came out this last weekend. I don't know. There's something.
A mainline game, like a Switch game?
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't heard.
Or a free-to-play mobile. I'm not sure. Somebody will have to tell us.
Let's see here if there's any news. I feel like I should know this. Pokemon Legends Arceus? No, that's a Pokemon Go Halloween event. That's not it. And then there's all the leaks. That's different. I don't know. I'm curious though.
Yeah.
Maybe something new to do in the Poke world.
Not Brilliant Diamond. Let's go Unite. No. Yeah. Don't know. It's in beta right now, or was in beta. And I wonder if that's what I'm thinking of. Pokemon Legends Zeta A.
I don't know.
So anyway, all right.
The Pocket Men are still a threat.
That's right.
That's going to do it for us. Brian, why don't you play us a little songy song?
Happy to do that. This one's going out to Gridu on Discord, Anthony Gridley, who says, longtime listener from Melbourne, Australia, October 28th. That's today, is my 49th birthday.
Woo!
I'd like to hear a cover from the original Blues Brothers movie. I really enjoy listening to the show.
49. You know what? Wait, 49 did you say, or 39?
49.
Oh, sorry, man. You get one of these.
Happy birthday.
39 would have gotten you the young kids. But
I feel like at some point we got to say, 50 is the new 40, and anything under 50 gets the let's party. But
when do they when do they make you get the colonoscopy? It's now 50. It used to be 40.
It is now 50.
So I think we go by that standard. You're right. If anyone is turning 50, old lady. If you're older than 60, you get that really crusty one that I did. And if you're younger than that, you get you get that one.
Okay, all right. Good. Very good. All right, so quick fun story. I had a boss. This was the boss at the company where I could use your phone. That one, the newspaper software company. And whenever he was nervous or thinking about something or just wanted to break the silence or whatever, he had a go-to. It would always be da 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 da, or he'd whistle it.
Okay.
And it's basically the Blues Brothers, the music that they play as the Blues Brothers are getting introduced, and that's Otis Redding's "I Can't Turn You Loose," which very famously Blues Brothers original movie song there. Let's play a version by those guys who were too busy walking the dinosaur to put out any new music. Was Not Was, from that very same album, actually, that had Everybody Walk the Dinosaur from 1988. What Up, Dog? Here is their cover of Otis Redding's I Can't Turn You Loose.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
Crock of beans.
Crock of beans.
Crock of beans.
Which is also